What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube family? Thank you for joining us. We are here today. It is Saturday. I'm doing a video on Saturday, which is exciting. Today's a beautiful day. Hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm going to break down the EurCad trade. The reason why I want to break this down is we were talking about some things in the past live. Okay, on Thursday night during the Asia session, we were talking about some things as far as the strategy is concerned, and why we do them and why we even look at certain pairs, okay, and what time of night and what session we should look at and the reason. So when you come back, we're going to talk about why we looked at this pair and at a certain time we did and how we use the strategy to even come up with the trade in the first place. All right, so going over some things from our Thursday session just to back up what we were talking about Thursday. I'm going to show you exactly what we did on Friday morning. All right, so stay tuned and don't move. Welcome back, family. Please hit that like, subscribe, and please leave a comment, okay? Again, my name is Professor Pip. We're here talking about the EurCad, okay? So first of all, on Thursday, we talked about how and why we trade certain currencies and what times we should trade them. Now, I mostly trade the Asia session, so I'm looking at Asia session pairs, like the Aussie, New Zealand, and Yen pairs. Okay, pairs that trade with them. Now, if you're going to trade the U.S. session, you would look at U.S. pairs or Canadian pairs. So basically, you're trading currencies during that country's business hours. So let me say that again. You're trading currencies during that country's business hours. Okay, so if you're going to trade a currency during the Asia session, you want to trade currencies that are operating during that time of the day or night. Okay, so if I'm trading during the Asia session and it's nighttime where we are in America on the East Coast, it is morning time somewhere else. Okay, in Singapore, in Australia, it is morning time. Every country has its chance to do business, not just us. Okay, so basically what you're doing, you're trading currencies during that country's business hours. All right, if you're going to look at pairs during the London session, you might want to look at pound pairs or Swiss pairs or Euro pairs. All right, so basically what I'm going to do is break down that we were looking at a CAD pair during the US session. Okay, so if you're going to trade a pair, you want to trade it during the time that is going to have volatility, because at that time that country's business is going on, which means that country is going to have some volatility in their currencies, which means it's going to move. Okay, very important. Yen pairs move every session. Okay, so yen pairs will move every session, so you can trade them during any time, but mostly you want to target pairs during the time of that country's business operations. All right, so basically I went long here around the 750 area early in the morning. Saw this trade. I'm going to break down why and how I saw it in a minute. Just hold on, hold your mule. All right, so I went long here around the 750 area, had about a 15 pip stop loss. All right, we did take the first target at 25 pips. I'm going to show you how we took each target from 25 to 50 to 75 to 100. Okay, so we took several targets on this trade. All right, so let's go back to the trade. So basically we went long at around the 750 area. First target we hit at 25 pips, around 25 pips. And we also hit a whole number, which would be 1.31000. So around that area, we took the first target. Second target, 1.31 around the 250 area. Okay. Also, if you look at this in the 4-hour chart, it is also the previous 4-hour candle that broke the previous low. So you're going to make sure you take at least something off of the 50 pip target, because you definitely don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, When you trade, you're not trading based off everything. You're trading off of skill. All right, which means that you're aware of what's going on before it happens. It's like driving a car. You know where you're going before you get in the car. So before you get in the trade, you should know where you're going every stop before you come back home, or what your target destination is. You usually type it in Google Maps or Waze. Same thing. Okay. Next target we took at 77 pips, or around 75 pips at 1.31500, around this area. And last target was around 750, which made it. Also, it was about the end of the day, and I wasn't going to sit here all day for a couple more pips. So I just took this last target around this supply zone for about 100 pips. Total on the day, we made about 650 bucks. Could have done a little better, but okay, how can you complain, right? So now I want to break down the trade and why we took it. Okay, so based on videos and based on what I've been telling through the Pip Getterz last week, and if you look at this candle, I'm going to erase the trend line. Last week, if you look at, and now that I broke down the trade, I can erase all of these lines. Okay, hopefully everybody saw this. We went long here in the morning and got out Friday. And I usually don't even trade on Fridays, but this example was perfect. So we took the trade. So I'm going to erase everything and show why we took the trade. All right. So in our Thursday live, we talked about previous week and previous days candles. And that's the only candles I try and look at. Previous days and previous week, and maybe a previous 4-hour candle. Okay, so I noticed that last week's candle made a low, and this week we hadn't broken this low yet. Okay, price will hold lows and hold highs during the week. Okay, or price might go back and forth during the week. Okay, so now that I know we haven't broken this low last week, this week we're going to try and hold this low. There's a reason why this low wasn't held, and there's a lot of buying pressure in this wick. This wick closed above some numbers here. It closed above a whole number too. Okay, it closed above a few numbers. All right, so I'm looking at this weekly candle as a low that was held, a lot of buying pressure, and some numbers that we closed above. And this is last week I'm seeing this. Okay, last week. Now I'm going to go to the daily chart, because in this week time, this is what we've been doing all this week, because this is last week. We've already trapped it up. So last week, there has to be some low or some demand from last week that we're going to hold this week. So I immediately went to the suspect, this green candle right here. And I always talk about the candle that broke the high or the low, or held the high or the low. Okay, so this is the green candle. This is the suspect right here. All right, and we've had price try and hold 131. We've had price try and hold that earlier this week, which would have been a great trade earlier this week. The 131 trade, 131 even. Price hit 131, popped up to 132, almost 150 pips. Okay, just from holding this candle down. Where is this candle demand at? Okay, this candle made several highs. These candles, we got a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low. We got higher high. We see the market fighting, and then we finally made a higher high and a higher low. So we know now that there's going to be some issue here, just blowing through here. So you go down to a smaller time frame. Now it can only be one of these two candles, because this is that daily, weekly area. Okay, it could either be one of you two. You already have been tested a few times. Okay, so now I want to see what you got. Now I'm focused on this candle, and we see a supply zone here that was broken here. And as I told some of you, if you can, and this is all just knowledge. Okay, these are things you do before you jump in the trade to make sure that you're taking a decent trade. You got trend line break here, so price trended down, trended down, trended down, and this is the candle responsible for breaking that trend. So now I'm looking for where the trend line is going to meet up with my entry line. Okay, so I'm looking at these previous 4-hour candles to tell me which one of you candles is going to be responsible, or where can I see that there's some demand left over. Basically, it's leftovers. So I'm still got this candle as a suspect. Okay, I don't know why I talk or teach like this. It's just where I'm from, I guess. People understand this better, I guess. First 48 pips. This is the suspect. Okay, trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line. And this is the candle that said, all right, enough of your downtrend. We've had enough. All right, so now I'm going down to smaller time frame and actually found. All right, so if this is one big crime, one big bank robbery, you just broke down one big bank robbery or whatever crime this is, and now you've actually found all 5 or 6 suspects. If this was Heat, the movie Heat, or any movie where there was Ocean's 11, this is each member. This is each member of Oceans. 1, 2, 3, because this is one big crime. So now you've done detective work and found each member. I found you. Which one of you set it off? And you guys. And from this little area here, the plan grew and then everything just. So you're really just trying to find out where price and which candles are responsible for the whole melee. All right. We can see here that price held here before. When I see this, this is where originally people thought that it was going to turn. The market stopped all those people out or went deeper into the zone and then found some demand and broke out. So this is where price broke these highs to the left. Okay, and also broke the trend as well. So when I woke up, had an alert here. I didn't take the trade immediately. I just took it at the 700. I let price hit the 500 number and then took the trade off the 750 number and used this low as my stop loss. Okay, so I took this trade around 7 something in the morning, maybe 6:30, not sure what time. It was early in the morning, and I took it off this candle right here, this green candle that broke this baby trend. This little baby trend, I took the candle that broke that baby trend at 757 something. Okay, we have to go look at my exact entry on the trade. Oh no, exact 770 something. Yeah, but around this area, took this candle and took each target 25, 50, 75, and 100. Okay, so folks, if you want to leave any comment, make sure you subscribe, folks. Leave some comment. Make sure you tell a friend. All right, like the page as well. All right, just here trying to give away some information. Also, if you look at this in the daily candle, this is the previous days. Okay, we have not closed higher lows. We talk about this all the time, higher lows and higher highs. All right, so folks, it's always important. Maybe this week, if you looked at this in a weekly chart, on the weekend before the week started, you would have known that one of these levels were going to come. You should have known that you could have got some money one day this week or 2 days this week. Just planning ahead, seeing the trend line. This trend line happened before the week started. Okay, so it's all about prepping. Okay, trading is like meal prep. Okay, preparing for the week, having your everything prepared, car washed, clothes clean. That's what trading is. Okay, and as I told people before, successful people do not do stuff in the middle of the week. They're planned ahead 2, 3, 6 months, and you 6 hours behind, and people are 6 months ahead in life. Okay, every day they're 6 months ahead of what they're gonna do. All right, so it's very important, right? And how important is it to you? If it's important to you, you make time to do it. All right, so folks, thank you very much for stopping by. Don't want to get too preachy, Professor Preachy or Preacher Pips or none of that on a Saturday. I want you guys to enjoy your Saturday, but I just wanted to use this day in this video as a chance to explain what we talked about on Thursday night during our live. All right. Remember, if you're going to trade during the U.S. session, you want to look at pairs that are active during the U.S. day. Okay. U.S. pairs, CAD pairs. Okay. During the Asia session, we're going to look at pairs that are active during the Asia session. What countries are active? Where is it daylight right now? I'm asleep, but where is it daylight? Okay. Or it's dark here, but where is it morning somewhere else? All right. And that's the currencies you want to trade, whether it's your currencies, your country, or you want to trade currencies from another country. Okay. If you look at Bitcoin and you look at cryptos, they move every morning because they're attached with the US dollar as well. Okay. They're going to move every morning. All right. So folks, if you need any more information, hit me up. All right. Hit us up at Pip Getterz on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're available. All right. So thank you very much, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Be safe. And as always, love somebody other than yourself. Thank you for coming by, folks. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, again, to love somebody other than yourself. Thank you for watching.